Evening, folks. Figure I figure we do a nut a stream a chill stream tonight. Tonight I'm doing my review on the Thunderbolts, and I thought about having folks in to chat with while we go along. I've seen the film. It was fine. Not 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 a good movie, but it's not a bad one. And to me, I feel it's better than watching re that boring generic Captain America film. I mean, Jesus. I mean, who would have really wanted to waste time on Captain America Brave New World when it's actually a brave new flop? Ah, I Spy. Yeah, it was okay. Pretty much okay. Yeah, I'm glad you skipped the movie too. Also, be sure to share the stream. I can share the stream as well. I sort of felt it sort of felt pointless, but it wasn't at the same time. Yeah, I hear you there. Yep. Also, let's check out the Thunderbolts. There's something. Yeah, yeah. Thunderbolts stars Florence Pugh as Yelena, aka Black Widow 2, Hannah john-kamen, the beautiful biracial actress from England who is part Norwegian, White Russell, aka son of Kurt Russell, and Bob. Bob, yeah, yeah, I hear you. Just like with Zack Snyder and stuff. Exactly. Yep. Now, it starts off with Yelena going into Malaysia to blow up a laboratory that was working on Project Sentry. She succeeds, but then she feels like quitting, but also decides to go. She she re, she returns to Russia or Cleveland to meet up with her surrogate father, Alexei, the Fat Man, struggling to get one more shot at struggling to get a struggling to find a way out. Yeah. So, then Valentina gives her an assignment to info. She wants, yeah, a random assignment. Meanwhile, Valentina was facing impeachment back in DC. Yeah, impeachment can sometimes be more like political theater and shit instead of being more like a responsibility because it's kind of more like a game and stuff, just like everything in politics these days. But speaking of impeachment, there is only one state so far here in the 20 here as of today that's actually done the right thing. And that would is South Dakota having impeached an attorney general for killing a man with his car, that the whole legislature and the governor were able to do the right thing to get him out. Thank God they got him out of there. Yeah, thank God. Impeachment is just a joke in most states and at the federal level, but at least South Dakota pulled it off. Now, soon as we get back to the present day, Yelena goes to Utah over to the vault where they go to confront, where they all go to confront, where she goes to find someone to take out that, well, hang on, what was I thinking? Oh, someone that was said to be breaking into a, into steal things. Yeah, and wants to kill him. But then came John Walker, who takes on Elena, along with Taskmaster and the Ghost. The the four of them fought each other, and Taskmaster, the gender swap Taskmaster, ends up dying in the film. Is so OP. Yeah, yep, I hear ya. I mean, think about it. Taskmaster dead because she gets a gender swapped Taskmaster gets taken out by gender swapped and race swapped Ghost. Yeah, no joke. Yeah, since I got the movie pass. Yeah, that as well. And wow, and be careful of deceptive marketing too, folks. I mean, it's deceptive marketing is going to keep getting worse and worse. Make no mistake. I mean, this is who the original Thunderbolts were. Songbird and Baron Zemo were the original form. Yeah, yeah. Taskmaster sucked like garbage, and I thought it was funny and shocking how she died. Yep, killed by Ghost. Hannah john-kamen. Yeah, our beautiful biracial chick. Oh, oh, I think I stumbled upon something. Yeah, almost. Ah, here it is. Now, what do you see that in the still that you don't see in? Yeah, yeah, they forgot about those two as well, Zemo and Ross. I mean, what in the world is going on? Yeah, lazy Kevin Feige. I mean, they really shouldn't have skipped on. They should not have skipped to Zemo. Yeah, but for Ross Harrison Ford, well, he's kind of 80 years old. I mean, Taskmaster standing right there, but was not in there when we watched the movie because she died. Yeah, gotta be careful. Deceptive marketing will get worse. Will keep always continue getting worse, all because of the people in positions of power being a-hole irritators. Yeah, Harrison Ford should be retired by now. Yeah, that's right. He is retired. And of course, they end up they end up getting trapped in this heating room, which is, I mean, some of the, I mean, the fight so far seemed to kind of watered down too. I mean, a watered down fight. It felt watered down. The fight between Ghost, Yelena, Walker, and Task Mistress. I mean, what a joke, man! It felt so. It didn't feel organic there. But after after they killed Taskmaster, ooh, sorry, they meet Bob. I mean, Bob. I mean, kind of like Hyde. Yep. Yeah, they meet this guy called Bob, who is actually Sentry. And if you know Sentry, he was able to tear through symbiote by symbiote in the comics. And thank God they didn't cast Steve Yeun. Now, who was Bob actor? Someone called, he was played by Paul. Uh, the actor's name is Paul. Yeah, Florence Pugh. They end up getting out. The soon as soon as soon as Valentina sets the trap, a flame. They 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 work together. The villains work together to bust out, causing and they got out just in time, right before the heat, before the whole room was incinerated. They en- Next they come into an out. Next, as soon as they got out, Walker finds an escape, but then soon enough, Bob touches. Yeah, they lost Kang indeed, and that's a bummer. I mean, it would have been cool to have Kang in here as a villain as well. Yeah, Ugh, look at that. Oh wait, what was that? Huh. Oh, oh, that was from the. Yeah. Next, they had to go work together to get up an elevator shaft. So they had to, you know, the scene where Pacha and Kuzco from Emperor's New Groove had to stick their backs to against one another while walking up the cliff. Yeah, that's what they did to climb up the elevator. They got out of there eventually. But Valentina sends her own goon squad over there to try to stop them. Or, but then she discovers that one of her test subjects, who was part of Project Century, was alive. So she wants them to stick to. Yeah, Florence Pugh, Yellow Yelena. Man, they can't seem to cast it. They always got to be a mockery, all because they're afraid of upsetting the real Russians. Hang on, folks. I'll be right. I'll be right back. All right, let's see here. Oh, yes. Soon as. Oh, God. Oh, sorry, folks. She jumped. Really jumped. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, it wasn't enough to save it. Also, who would have thought? Hang on. Oh, as soon as they got it. Oh, mm, soon as they got, soon as the soldiers went in, Walker takes out some of the guys, while Yelena and Bob had to stick, had to hold, had to stay back to back while engaging some of the guys, some of the thugs sent in by Holt. Oh, oh, I was yawning. I was actually yawning. I mean, I'm trying to hold my breath not to because it made Uncle T turn against me. Well, it caused Uncle T to kick me off his panel one time. Because he's kind of well, he was kind of possessed by something, I believe. But yeah, I guess he didn't trust me or understand me as well as the DA and the Doolies. I mean, the Doolies, I followed them for a year, and they understand me well, better than T at least. And thank God. Anyway. Oh, you mean the air conditioner? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you hear the air conditioner or something. Yeah. Oh, I was yawning. Anyway, soon as goes, as soon as they got out of the compound, they were trying to find a way to escape while in disguise disguised as operatives. Lucky for them, Ghost came along with an escape vehicle. But soon as they were held up by the people who were waiting for identification, Bob breaks out and makes a scene in the crowd to get everyone's attention. And wow, he has some balls. Bob's got some balls, I'll tell you that. Yeah, yeah. All anyway. Oh, anyway. Okay, hang on. Oh, I don't do good. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah. Sentry. Well, as soon as the guards fired on Sentry, but lucky for him, he was actually bulletproof. While the villains got while Ghost, Walker, and Yelena got away, Bob was bulletproof. Yeah, yeah. What the noise? What the f? What the f? Oh, and Spy. See if you can get some mindless meat to join in as well. But anyway, soon as Bob starts taking off into the air, he ends up falling back down, and with a sonic boom, he created a shockwave, knocking, which kind of thwarts the Walker and the ladies from making it out in time. Luckily, they survived. Then, while struck, while struggling out in the desert, oh, to join the chat, of course, Dan Yeager and Mindless Meat to take interest. Now, coming back to the Thunderbolts. Oh, wow, science. Okay, okay. Soon enough, Yelena's surrogate father arrives with his communist Red Guardian limo. Yeah, I know. Everyone hates Red Guardian because of his humor. Yeah, humor is getting on people's nerves. It's yeah, yeah, and Gunn's Superman movie is sure to get on people's nerves as well. And sadly, even more so by not giving us villains we haven't seen from the comics. Oh, the chat you're communicating with me from in, of course. Now, yeah, Bob was brought into custody under Valentina, where she tempts him into giving her a chance to help him. And then he uses his power where to make her relive one of her worst memories, her father getting killed. While Walker, on the other hand, had gone through his worst memory of him abandoning his wife and kid, and they left him because he was mean to them. We never got to see more of Ghost's backstory and stuff. I mean, it would have been fun. Yeah. Uncle T, sorry, Uncle T, but you have betrayed me over ego like you've been possessed. Never mind us. Sorry for the monologue. Let me see. Yeah. Now, as soon as they got in the limo, they start bringing up the word Thunderbolts, the title of the film. And yeah, then they get chased by three of of three of Valentina's Imperial fleets, which were taken to, which managed to overpower their Yelena and Ava's attempts of subduing them, only for Bucky to come to their rescue. For once, there at least for once, you have a man doing a man's job. For once, at least you don't get MCU MCU crap there. That Bucky brings them to an abandoned gas station, tells them that he needs their help on bringing Valentina in. Then, soon as they got there, then after working, after carefully working, cooperating with Bob, hi, Qatar. We're reviewing the Thunderbolts and having a good chill stream. Thank you. How is it out there in the Philippines? In, in, okay. Oh, yeah. As soon as the Thunderbolts arrived, they confront Valentina, but then they ran into Sentry, who overpowers them with his with his abilities. Yeah. Then then they then they fled. But then Sentry was about to turn on Valentina when he was turned off by by Mel, her her assistant. However, unbeknownst to them, before they could get the press to come out, Val a darkness started taking over Sentry, turning him into void. The villain is the void. Here's the villain of the film. The void. Careful who you assemble. Yep. Nice slogan right there. Yeah, slogan with the void. Yeah. Soon as the void awakens, he starts using his abilities on. Oh, and look at that. Florence Pugh and her boyfriend Bob. Yeah. Wonder if they're dating. Yeah. The void was quite a menacing figure. The dark side of the century. He's like the dark side of the century, yin and yang. Pure evil void. I mean, with his powers, he turns people into shadows, and kind of traps them in his world of misery and despair. Yeah, it's quite daunting, though. He even took down a few choppers in the air, as we see in the movie. Yeah, he even took out a chopper, but who knows whether or not Holt is dead or not. Now, this is who he looks like in the comics. Void. Well, either that or that's not the one. Oh, yeah, that is him. Yeah, that's the Void. That's who Void looks like, aka the Dark Sentry. Menacing, evil, and scarier. But in the movie, they made him more like a silhouette dash shadow, more like his shadow in the movie. This is him up here confronting the guys in Avengers Tower. Right before he started taking over the city of Manhattan with his shadow powers. Oh, oh, hang on. Florence Pugh walks into the void to confront Void and find Bob while reliving some of her worst memories, which was getting a friend named Anya killed by one of her thugs. She was like trapped in a room, reliving that same memory before finding her way out into the next one. Like the room of shame, of course. Their shame. Room of shame. Now, also, it would have been cool if they had the voice look more creature like. soon enough, Florence Pugh finds, well, soon, right just as Ava and the others went into the dark room, into the into the void, Florence Pugh finds Bob. She found she found Bob in a in a in a safe room where he was listening to his past self, putting up with his abusive father, putting up with his abusive father. Yelena confesses that what she said to him was wrong, and she wants to take it back. Then, then with the help of the other Thunderbolts who were able to track her in his in their current shame room, they all work together to make their way to find to find Bob's worst shame, which was the laboratory where he got his powers from, which is where the void is right now. Soon as they confront him, Bob was letting it was wanting to get Void to death, but his rage was only making Void even stronger. So Yelena had to break free from captivity to comfort Bob, as did as did Ghost, Red Guardian, Winter Soldier, and U.S. Agent. They had to hug him and encourage him to let go of his rage and let go. Soon after after helping him let go of his rage, they were all freed from the darkness, and the city was returned to normal, and much of the damage that was done was undone. And at the end, you've got Valentina holding her press conference, but soon as now they wanted to bring her in, but then soon as they got to the press conference, the you as soon as they all went to the other side of the press room, they all she of in a crowd of photographers, she now deems the Thunderbolts as the new Avengers, and so they were willing to let go of impeaching her and move on while telling her, "We own you." And then you have this ridiculous post-credit scene with, oh right, yeah, they even got one of those at Weedables. Yeah, they had these wheat thins, these Weedables cereal box at the thing, but the people don't buy it. Yeah, so now it looks like we have the new Avengers, which is kind of awkward. The new Avengers, composed of Ghost, Sentry, U.S. Agent, Red Guardian, Yelena, and Winter Soldier, Bucky. It's kind of weird too, and how they did and how they pulled off the slides and the stuff. Wow. And there's a post-credit scene where they make contact with the Fantastic Four flying in space from another world. But we are sure, but I am certain that we will definitely get more of that scene in Fantastic Four First Steps in July, folks. Make no mistake. Wow, new Avengers. Yeah, and you've got the post-credit scene. Well, you've got the end credits showing a lot of press and controversy with question marks on them. Marvel's the new, I mean, look at the stamp sign. Stamp sign, the new Avengers. Huh. Yeah, quite a gag, I tell you. They might as well scratch off Taskmaster now, since it was just cameo and shit. Well, guys, I'd give it 6 out of 10. The story was better than that from Brave New World, but the execution, well, could have done better without injecting too much of that humor in it. And the elites really need to stop it. I mean, much of it was miserable. Huh. Okay, I mean, here's my rating, folks. 6 out of 10. I am sorry, guys. I am not used to doing live streams this late. I thought I could do one to kill some time while we wait for Derek Anderson, the DA, to start his next nightcap if he's got it ready. But who knows? And I am certainly not going to bother Katie for a while on this on the stream I got next week, which I hope they can make it for. Assuming they won't go, well, just gotta hope they don't do anything hurtful. Never mind. Just gotta hope they act. Well, never mind. I'm sure they're not gonna stab me in the back or anything. But forget what I say. For now, let's just check this out. I figure we could just hang out. Let's just chill for a moment, guys. Ah, wow. As you all know, I've completed my tank over there. For now, we can chill. Hang on. Hey, guys. Excuse me for a moment. Anyway, hmm. Let's check. Here's something we could look at to kill some time. Hmm. Well, I don't know, folks. I should probably just cancel now. But thanks for checking in. I'll see you guys probably later tonight on the DA stream if he does it. See ya.